to my worst date.
Wow. Year 7 really getting to us.
Welcome to my worst date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
Oh, man.
Okay.
It's just where we're all at mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I am crying about a fish.
You
I know.
showed me that anglerfish, which, you know, just historically one of the least attractive fish, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can all agree.
Scary, for sure.
Scary. Yeah. I saw Finding Nemo. Terrifying.
Yeah.
But lives in the deep, deep, dark depths of the ocean.
I am going to cry. I'm going to cry.
Showed, and the music they were playing behind it on this TikTok. So this anglerfish was like gonna die and swam up to the surface of the ocean so that they could see the sunlight.
Oh my God. I can't even tell you. Every time I've seen it, and I've pulled it up a couple of times now, tears every time.
Yeah.
Tears.
Yeah.
Every
Watching people
time.
break down over it has been like, oh.
Wow. It's so beautiful. But you know what? It reminds me of, and we're putting our own emotions, you know, onto this fish, but like, it does remind me of that Mars rover or whatever, or the moon one,
God,
the one that was on the moon, where it's just like, it's getting dark and,
And you're like, oh my God.
And then it played I'll Be Seeing You. I'll be looking at the moon. And I was like, oh my God. The way I will anthropomorphize a sock if you give me the right story and the right soundtrack, tears.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why kids movies are so effective.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I need a Pixar movie about that anglerfish.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Someone's sleeping at the wheel over there.
Oh, it'll be out soon.
Yeah.
It's already on the way.
There is a new Paddington, so I definitely expect to get my feel good there soon. So, and it has
Truly.
Antonio Banderas in it.
Yeah.
Paddington is a joy.
It is an absolute treasure.
I really put off watching it, and then I watched it with Cassie and Chris, and man, what a wholesome joy that movie is.
Yeah.
Both of them. And the second one, better than the first, to be honest.
Here's the things that I need from the world right now. I need a collection of feel good, low stakes entertainment for my eyeballs. I'm talking like Gilded Age. When is Gilded Age coming back?
Please.
The lowest of stakes
Yes.
ever in a television show.
Yeah.
And I just
Just rich people kind of bickering softly.
Yes.
Yeah.
In big costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. When are they bringing that back?
I don't know. I need something.
Every show takes a million years these days between seasons.
Like 3 years between. But yeah, I think that's supposed to come back soon. White Lotus came back last
Singapore
Sunday.
or Thailand or something, right?
Thailand. Yeah.
But that's the thing is that like shows like White Lotus, Severance, that kind of thing are great.
TV.
I love it.
However,
but I'm talking low stakes feel good.
Yeah.
Repair shop. Where is
I love
that?
Repair Shop. Oh my God, that
Love
show.
Repair
Okay,
Shop.
so you can watch it like I put it on for Rose because I say it's her favorite show to watch when we leave the house. Because it's so gentle and sweet and calming.
Yes.
And so we always put it on for Rose when we leave because it's always on Amazon. Like on now. It's got its own channel. So you can just have it on all the time. Yeah.
Dude, we actually we have Sling live TV or whatever. And when we were getting ready for the Super Bowl or whatever, we noticed that there's a wedding channel on Sling that plays nonstop Bridezilla episodes.
Oh, wow.
My
From like,
God.
oh my.
Early
can I-
2000s reality. Incredible.
Dude, the way that we have just been gobbling that up, that has become like our, okay, work's done and we're prepping dinner show to have on in the background. Bananas. Those early 2000s haircuts, wedding dress.
Oh, chunky
temper
highlights.
tantrums.
Oh, man. And you're always like, how
Girl,
the
chunky
fuck is
highlights are
this
coming back.
person?
I know they are.
I have feelings about that. But like when you're watching Bridezilla, at the end of it, you're like, how is this person getting married?
Yeah.
Like, how?
They're always,
Are they playing it
all
up
of
for the
them are like
camera?
20
They
years
have to
old
be.
too.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
Well, that's part of it, right? Like some of these kids are like too, but like you're too emotionally not ready
Yeah.
for this.
And
if you're throwing
planning a
that
wedding
big of
is
tantrum.
stressful.
Yes.
You know, like it is a stressful situation. And that's why these are the most patient grooms. And you can just, and they're like, she's not typically like this. You just have to have a lot of faith that she's going to flip that switch back whenever you guys get married.
we've seen fist fights. There's collections where it's like the moms.
Oh, they're
Moms.
the worst.
Jesus.
Oh, they're the worst.
Oh my God. I cannot
I
recommend
had
it
a
enough.
rule when I did weddings, and that was bride and mother of the bride always go last. If there's more than one person working, it would be the bride and the mother of the bride getting their hair done at the same time. Because what I don't want is mom over top of the bride
Yeah.
being like,
Yeah.
oh, what about this hair? What about that hair? What about, why don't you
Oh, Lord.
go relax and go get your hair done? That's always was my rule.
Fucking
Same
chill
time.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I worked at a salon as a receptionist, that was always a thing. Like people did not want the bride. Like no one wanted to work on the bride because
Never mind the bride.
I'd seen some shit.
Yeah, no, it's, oh my God. What is so crazy is how much they yell at service people.
Oh, horrible.
And that is just like,
They're the reason we all have to pay way more for anything that says
Truly.
wedding on it.
truly.
Truly.
Finally, there was
Yeah.
one person that stood up to this one bride, and it just was so cathartic because she was just
send me
like
that episode.
throwing so much like vitriol and like white woman tears and stuff like that. And so about this limo, like it was supposed to be ready today. I deserve a discount for blah, blah, blah. And this lady's like, you can get 100% discount because we're not going to work with you. And I was like,
You're like clap, 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 slow
yeah,
clap.
you can always just be like, you know what? No.
It's not worth it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My peace of mind is worth more than this.
Yeah.
So,
you know what
yeah.
I would hate doing is wedding cakes.
Dude, one bride
pressure,
pushed hers onto the floor.
Do you
in
honestly
front
get
of the,
fucked?
Push it. She was like, I hate flowers. Boom.
Oh,
Yeeted it
my
right off the table
God.
in front of the baker.
It requires so much, like
So
baking
much
is
fucking
so
work.
much
She
work,
threw it on the ground.
and it costs so much.
And
Like
then what?
in
Now-
this
now what?
economy, do you know how much eggs cost right now? Can you? Do you know how
Girl.
many eggs it takes to bake a wedding cake?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude. Yeah, they also have so I was like we've been streaming for so long, we haven't really been fucking with live TV, but I guess there's another channel that shows all episodes of Cheaters. Do you remember that
oh
show?
my God, yes,
Messy.
yes, Cheaters was
Messy.
the best.
Dude, didn't that guy get stabbed? I'm pretty
think
sure
he
that
did.
host
I
got
think you're right.
stabbed.
You're
I think
right.
you were right.
Yeah. God, we were fucked up. I saw a thing, or I think our friend Amy sent it to me. It was like a meme, and it was like me at home because my stomach felt iffy, you know, whenever I was 8 years old. And it's just like the audio to Maury.
Oh,
and that's
yes.
like the daytime TV, because Cheaters would come on during the day too.
Yes.
Like it was like daytime TV when you were like way too young
Yeah.
to be
Speed.
like exposed to
Oh
the
my
shit that was
God.
going on.
Cheaters was like almost to the stress level of the show Cops. Like it was
Yes.
so aggressive. You're just
Yeah,
like,
it was.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it was. But like Cheaters was great. To Catch a Predator.
Whoa.
wow.
Yes, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Yoinks.
Are they still doing that? I feel
don't
like Chris
know.
Hansen is still around doing
I
stuff.
feel like they should be.
He
Yeah.
is
Not
still
they should
around.
be.
He is still around, but yeah, I don't know if they're still doing To Catch a Predator, but wow, man.
Early 2000s
We were
like
off the
reality
rails.
TV is just bananas.
That's what we should fuck, marry, kill.
Oh my God, dude. I can't even remember some of those old like reality shows we used to. Oh, well, Flavor of Love.
Yeah, which we've
God.
talked about. Rock of Love.
Those shows.
All
like,
the ones on MTV. Next
Yes.
was
Yes.
brutal.
God.
Brutal. Or Room Raiders. Did you ever
Yes,
watch Room
Room
Raiders?
Raiders.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I never saw that one.
Room Raiders was when they would go, like, they wouldn't meet the person. And it was always like, or they made you believe that it was kind of like random, like they come in, like, so you don't have time to clean up your room or whatever, fix anything up, and they just like kidnap you and put you in a van. And then the person who like it's like The Bachelor, or it's like the Dating Game, but they go and they look in your room and they can go through all of your shit, and then they have to decide who they want to go on a date with based on their room. And it was like men in like 18 to 23. So you know it was like
lots
the
of mattresses
grossest
on the
shit
floor
you've ever seen. Just like piles of clothes. You know, on the floor.
Gross.
Yeah,
Sticky
just like a
socks.
bong in the corner with like brown bong water in it. Like,
Oh my God.
oh God, what a time!
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, is there now a modern equivalent? Like, if we have any Gen Z, or God forbid, we should not have any Gen Alpha listeners,
Oh,
but
please,
if we
no.
do,
No.
what is the modern equivalent?
I think it's
What are you guys
like
watching
Love
when you stay
Island.
home from school?
Oh well, no, that's
Wow.
not.
Yeah, I don't
know.
even know what daytime
Probably
TV
YouTube.
is. But yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It is probably
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I wonder what, because that's what I need. I'm like, low
was a
stakes,
time.
just bananas
Yeah.
shows like that.
You know what I am looking forward to, Cassie, is there's going to be a dating show with single Real Housewives people. So like Luann,
my
Countess Luann is going to be on it.
God.
I
Oh,
can't
I'm
remember
watching that.
who else is going to be on it, but it's like Love Hotel or something like that. And it's just like single real, like, you know, the most bonkers single housewives.
Oh my God.
You're
Gonna
like,
be so
get
good.
I need you to
me a
definitely
spoon.
keep me posted on
I
that
will.
shit.
I'll let you know when
oh
it
my God,
airs,
I
'cause
have to know.
I'm fucking in. Anytime. That's why
Jesus.
Ultimate Girls Trip always intrigued me too, because I'm like, anytime you start grabbing from different franchises and throwing those maniacs into a house together, oh,
yeah.
and now they're fighting over men. Oh my God.
Girl.
I can't wait.
It's like Cougar. What was the one we were watching?
Oh my God, what
MILF
was that?
Manor.
MILF.
Man.
Oh God.
Dude, that I was screaming at the television with how
Yeah.
awkward that is.
Yeah.
Trying to date alongside your dad.
Oh yeah. And you're
So-
dating like, and if you're a young man, you're dating women your mom's age.
Yes.
The
Yes.
one, and we talked about it
So
when it happened.
God.
And you know what? I'm gonna try and find this video, and I'll post this on our. If you'll make a note of it, Christina, I will post this on our Instagram of when we watched the competition where the women had to put a watermelon between their thighs.
Oh my God.
And then, like, in front of their sons or dads, they had to eat the watermelon from between
I have goose
these
pimples.
women's thighs. It was, we were screaming at 10 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your neighbors were probably like, "What the
What is
fuck
happening over there?
yeah.
Do you think her door's locked?"
Shut up, Cassie.
Call back. Call
Jesus.
back.
Call back. Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense that we started at the top talking about things that are like make us cry.
Emotional.
Yeah.
Because it is now Pisces season.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's my time has come.
Yes, it is you. It is Eric. We've
Yeah.
got a couple Pisces.
yeah. Amy.
Our
Friends.
yes,
yeah.
Amy.
It's time for big feelings.
Yeah.
Lead with your intuition.
Yeah.
You know, lead with your heart.
So yeah, we got to.
Cassie's like, shut up.
Sounds awful.
Hey, we're getting to you soon.
I know.
You're right behind.
The devil's next.
So yeah, Pisces. Who we got crushes on right now, or who's?
I know
who's
who I'm
out
going to
there?
pick. I'm going to pick because we've done these before, so it's hard. It's getting harder and harder for
Yeah.
us to choose people we haven't done before. But I have had a crush on Elliot Page. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that he is hot. I'm sorry. There's just
Yeah.
no fucking two ways about it. Hot, hot,
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah. And an incredible actor.
Yeah.
Truly, like an incredible actor. Also, read his memoir.
Oh,
Boy.
is it so good?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. I'm going to do someone who we've not done before. And this might be a little unfair, but I kind of don't care because I do love him. Steve Irwin.
Oh,
I know. I'm sorry.
I How do you?
I know. I'm sorry.
You can't. I mean, the only thing you can do here is friend.
Season.
It's the only thing you can do is friend him, though, because I would never dare take him away from his family.
No.
Oh.
I am struggling. There's a lot that we've done before, so I'm looking for somebody that we haven't done to really kind of expand. Like we've done all the,
we've done
traditional
Oscars.
The traditionals. Yeah.
Trevor Noah's a Pisces.
We did that. We did that one year. Yeah.
You know what? I do not think we have done Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh,
okay.
I like that. Oh, he
I'm not
seems
gonna lie,
gentle.
that was yeah.
I like his vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
Elliot Page, Freddie Prinze Jr., or Steve Irwin.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Look at our options.
I actually
It's tough.
Can marry
this is
everybody.
tough. Yeah. But you know what? Actually, I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I am going to marry Steve Irwin.
Okay.
He just seems
So many animals.
So many animals.
You could get
many.
Peabody, the house horse.
My God. And he's Australian. And you know what they have in Australia? Flying
Spiders.
foxes. Flying foxes are like my favorite animal. Those like fruit bats.
Really?
That just like eat bananas and they're just like so fucking cute. And I bet you I could get the necessary like rabies shots to be able to like pet a flying fox.
Oh, you get to
best.
pet so many cool animals.
So many animals. I'm
Yes.
so into that. Also, he just seems genuinely like gentle and kind. And he has like done so much for like conservation. The best. Love Steve Irwin. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
I am going to fuck Elliot Page because Elliot Page is going to know what to do.
Yep.
And
He's hot too. I'm sorry.
fucking appreciate that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Also, geographically desirable.
Yes.
I think that he still lives in like Silver Lake or like in this area. So I'm
that'll
like,
work.
word up, and then, I'm going to friend Freddie Prinze Jr. because I want to hang out. I want to be invited over for dinner with him and Sarah Michelle
Don't
Gellar.
they seem like they look like the most normal
Totally.
family
Yeah.
Like
ever.
they're going to cook themselves.
Ever too.
Yeah, they're
Makes
going
me
to cook
happy.
themselves. It's not going to be pretentious. They're going to introduce me to a red wine that they really like. Like I think that's
From a box.
feels good from a box.
I had such a huge crush on Freddie Prinze Jr. back in the day.
Oh, hell
Sure.
yeah.
Did that Bet movie.
Oh, we did that for a Tainted Love once.
Yes,
She's All That.
Yes, I had such a crush on him. It's a big crush on him.
Yeah,
So
he's
it's
hot.
nice when, you're like, wow, he looks like he grew up to be like just a normal husband and,
Yeah, they seem really happy.
Yeah, I'm going to marry him.
Yeah,
Nice.
solid move.
I'm going to marry him. He seems like he's solid. He's super, super attractive. He seems sweet and supportive and just awesome all around. So yeah, that's my husband. Boy, this is hard. This is really hard. You know what? I'm going to fuck Steve Irwin and I want to be friends with Elliot Page. I am.
Gonna be like, that feels very George of the Jungle.
I know.
Yeah, in a good way. It's gonna be wild.
I mean, yeah,
It's gonna be
just
surprising.
surprising.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's gonna fuck you in a treehouse. I love
this
that.
is how wildebeest do it. And I'll be like,
Oh, wow. Like the Discovery Channel.
Pisces are very unpredictable in the
Yes.
sack. Like, anything could go down in there.
yeah.
I mean, I'm doing something entirely different from both of you. I'm marrying Elliot Page.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
That feels
no
right.
fucking
That
question.
absolutely feels right. Yeah.
Also, again, like you said, geographically desirable back home in LA. And honestly, like, yeah, it's the exactly right equation of a Pisces for me. Like old enough, he's old
Smart.
enough to have like dealt with a lot of like stuff, probably, you know what I mean? Like not really somebody who's doesn't seem like they have like issues with like drugs and alcohol, which is kind of you know,
Which is a bit of a
common
Pisces
trait. Yeah.
trait. Yeah.
Common,
yeah.
So I think that's where I'm going. I'm going to marry Elliot Page. I'm going to fuck Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to friend Steve Irwin.
I know. I cannot wait to hang out.
I'm
That
sorry.
makes sense.
It really like
that energy and your energy would be a lot. It would be
too much
because he's got very big energy.
It would be way too much. And honestly, like I could not do that to the family. Like I just feel too connected to like, I just feel like the disrespect on that family. He would come back from the dead and he ends up with me. Ugh, I couldn't.
I can't stop thinking about Peabody, the house horse. I'm over here just thinking of
You will
put
not
little
rest.
outfits on him.
You know what? You could have a house and you live in the mountains. You could have a house horse if you wanted.
I really could.
Nothing's stopping you.
There's something so heartwarming about thinking about his little hooves.
I know, the
just
little clippity clops.
clippy clopping on the hardwood floors. Oh,
I want a pig, but they're almost like too smart.
they're very smart.
They're almost too smart. You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, I
They'll
think,
get into everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
But they're so freaking cute.
I know. Oh, Pisces season. Heartwarming feelings.
Emotions.
I'm drowning in my feelings.
Emotional damage.
And for my last day, I will see the sun. Oh my God.
Wow.
We definitely need to take 5 and then we'll come back with stories.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And we're back. Okay, I've got the Tainted Love this week, so I will kick us off with stories. She says, this is an online dating date. He looked nice in his pictures and we got along well. When we met, it was clear that he had lied about his height by at least a foot. And
Whoa,
jeez.
that is extreme.
That's bold. What kind
Yeah.
of
Big.
like,
Well, what are so 6'3" to 5'3"?
right? Yeah.
Yikes.
That's or what? What did he say he was? He's like, I'm 7
foot.
foot, and or like what? What is happening?
It would have to be like 6'3" to 5'3". Like that seems like the most.
Yeah,
That's insane.
That's
reason-
egregious.
It
That
would be
is-
absolutely egregious. And also you have to immediately, if it's that much, if it's not like a couple inches, if it's that much, I'm immediately like, what's wrong with you? Like,
Are you
a
psycho?
narcissist? Like,
Yeah,
do you
like-
think like you'll
Notice?
just be confident enough that I won't notice or something? Or you think I'm stupid or what?
Especially for me, if he's such a different, I'd be like, bro,
Looking down at him.
bruh, I'm sorry, bruh.
Excuse me.
This ain't it.
And he was about 10 years older.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Friend.
That's a lot of a lot of misguiding.
lies,
Lies.
mistruths.
I drove to his house, learnt my lesson to have my own transport, and texted his address to friends. And I was going to follow him in his car to where we would eat. When we got to his house, it was huge, a proper mansion, and you could tell he was well off. He said he wanted to go in his car, which was an Aston Martin, and I agreed because I was impressed by the car. Silly me. That felt very Cassie. I was like, Cassie would go in an Aston Martin.
Yeah, you'd be like, all right, all right,
I'm
short
like,
king.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
yeah, get it. Let's go.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Let's go, old man.
Sure. You are
Beep, beep.
6'3". Looks 6'3" to
Whatever
me.
you say.
That car's 6'3".
6'3" in that pocketbook.
It was only 10 minutes up the road, and I had the address to come back if I needed to get my car. We sat down for drinks, and I ordered a glass of Pinot. He said, no, we'll have champagne. I said, no, honestly, I'm fine with wine. It's what I want. He asked the waiter to give us a moment and then decided to tell me that he thought women who drink wine are common and classy women drink champagne.
Well,
Wow. Okay.
What the fuck?
Mr. Rented Aston Martin.
Right? I half
Calm
wish
down,
I'd
sir.
I'd asked for a cherry Lambrini. Now I had to Google this because this person's from the UK. So I had to Google this. A cherry Lambrini is like a flavored wine. It kind of looks like a classier Boone's Farm, like Boone's Farm in a nicer bottle.
okay,
So,
all right.
Which I'm like, that would have been funny
Well.
if you'd have.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
I don't like confrontation, but I stood up and loudly declared that I would drink what the hell I wanted.
Truly.
Went to the bar and ordered myself a large Pinot, 18 pounds for a glass.
Whew.
That better
a
be
lot.
a generous
Yeah,
pour.
that's
That's
a-
half a bottle.
And also, because that's almost like $30.
It's a lot.
I bet it tasted great though.
Yeah.
Buttery.
Just
Yeah.
I love a good Pinot, good
Yeah.
fancy Pinot.
tastes better with a side of just like revenge too.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
everything does, honestly.
And got them to call me a cab. I got the cab back to my car and the bastard had closed his electric gates with my car inside. I didn't know he had them at the time I pulled in. It was dark. I had to buzz and he had to open them for me. Proceeded to tell me that I made a show of him in there and he could teach me how to be more elegant.
No.
Okay,
All right.
Henry Higgins.
Yeah.
Slow down here.
The rain in Spain stays mainly on
Mainly
the
in
plane.
plain.
I jumped in my car and in my most common London accent, I told him to fuck off, cunt, as I flipped him off.
Yes. Yes. I love it.
He pestered me for weeks and weeks after too. Fucking weirdo.
Oh,
I love this person.
Amazing.
Fuck off, cunt.
Fuck off, cunt.
Fuck off,
we,
cunt.
We honestly, we really need to embrace that,
Cunt.
the C word.
We
Yeah.
do in this country.
I
A
it's one of my
well-placed C
favorite
word.
words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So great.
I
Yeah.
loved whenever we started saying serving cunt. It's one of my favorite things.
Oh, loving.
Ugh, love
Love
it.
it.
Oh, thank you. I grew up just before online dating was the thing, but here's mine. I was set up with a girl by our mutual friends, and we went out for dinner. I ordered an iced tea with a lemon. Her and I were hitting it off and chatting while our drinks were brought out. When I squeezed my lemon into my iced tea, I absolutely made a perfect straight shot of lemon juice arched
knew.
dead center into her left eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That can happen.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And he says this too. He's like, I couldn't have done that on purpose if I had tried in 100 years. It's so
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
Like if you tried to do that, you can't aim lemon
No.
juice. What followed was extremely embarrassing for both of us. She was wearing contacts and the lemon juice burned fiercely. She had to go to the restroom while I sat down like a kicked dog and imagined life in another state.
Oh,
When she
honey.
came back from the restroom, her eye looked like I punched her.
Yeah.
The smear from the makeup and the redness looked like she actually had a black eye.
We gotta rain check this. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And
And it's an accident.
It's an accident.
You know what
Sure,
I mean?
yeah, like-
but it's
No.
just like you're like doing this the whole
your
time.
makeup's all
You're-
fucked up.
Yeah.
You just spent
No.
all that time doing your
Just-
makeup. Like we'll do this another
We'll just
time.
do this.
Yeah.
No worries. I truly it's
Yeah,
total
yeah.
accident.
No
but
worries.
Let's have
Yeah.
a redo.
Yeah.
Oh, the girl was an absolute trooper, though. She tried to stick it out in spite of the implications of abuse from me.
Oh.
We both got a lot of concerned looks from the other patrons. Thankfully, she gave up and let me take her home with our food to go. We never had a follow-up, but became good friends after this fiasco.
Yeah, that's an
the right
appropriate
move.
ending.
Yeah.
For that. Yeah, it's like the universe is like, no, friends, friends, not lovers, friends. Okay, I've got a scary story, a spooky story for you guys. So get ready. Worst Hinge date I've ever been on. I told my friends what I'm about to tell you, and they urged me to share it. It happened back in December, about a week before Christmas. I'm a 32-year-old guy currently using my GI Bill to go to college in a city in one of the mountain time zone states. I'm so busy with school and work, I don't have time to go out and socialize often. So I have to rely a lot on the apps to go on dates. I matched with this really cute girl around my age. We had good convo, and then we scheduled a date. It was at a bar restaurant not far for either of us to drive, so it was easy. She was very pretty in person, and we got along great. During our conversation, I found out that she worked in a non-cop role at the police station, like a
Okay.
receptionist, essentially. I also learned she had a roommate whom she said was out of town for the holidays. She added that she hated being alone because she had a crazy ex-boyfriend who stalked her.
No. What in the haunting Adeline is happening right now?
I was a little uneasy at that and told her as much. She said, he's harmless. So
No.
I kind of let it go.
Is
No.
he? Because why are you even bringing him up then?
Exactly. If he's harmless, why are we talking about it?
Why? Yeah, exactly. We had a few more drinks and were there about another hour. And then at her suggestion, she said we should go back to her place. And I mean, I wasn't going to argue. She was hot.
Oh boy.
She then insisted on driving. I told her I was fine. And she said, no, I had been drinking and she saw too many DUIs at her job. I got what she was saying, but I only had 2 gin and tonics and was fine. But again, she insisted. I thought it was weird, but I didn't care. We went to her house and she walked up and just opened her door. She didn't unlock it. It was already open.
No.
Lock your doors.
If
Which
we've
I
learned anything.
Yes, lock your doors. Which I found very odd because she said she had a stalker and her roommate was gone.
Girl.
Right?
No.
She started feeding her cat, and as she was doing that, I saw a bowl of cereal on the kitchen counter.
No.
Is someone frogging in her apartment?
I touched it, and it was still cold.
No.
Like it hadn't been there for a while.
And she's being like soups chill about it.
No.
I'd be like, I gotta go.
I gotta go. The cereal wasn't soggy either.
Oh no.
I asked her whose it was, and she hesitated and said she ate it as a snack before heading to the bar.
Why
No,
are you
didn't,
lying to
ma'am.
me,
What
bitch?
No. No, ma'am. No.
It just didn't make sense. And before you could say anything, she just kissed me and threw out her arms around me seductively and said for me to take her to her room.
I've seen too many horror movies. You are being lured in there for slaughter, for sacrifice to Satan. Absolutely not.
Sacrifice.
No.
Yeah.
Satan.
You have
Maybe
the
we're watching
warning.
too many movies.
Okay, listen. It could happen.
Again, she was pretty hot, and I quit caring about the cereal.
I guess.
Look, no, men
Listen.
need a little bit more. Women have too much, maybe,
Yeah.
because we've had too much responsibility put on us, But like, men need a little bit more caution.
Dude, the cereal was a clue, bro.
Yeah, you're hitting some red fucking flags, and it doesn't really matter how hot this person is. You've got to start using your brain.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh my God.
We started fooling around, and I went to close the curtains, and she told me, leave them open.
No.
No.
Ma'am. No. No, I am not leaving the curtains over for you and your kinky boyfriend to fucking watch us. Get out. Ew.
A few minutes later, we were in bed, and my back was to the window.
No.
And she let out a huge gasp.
No.
A scared gasp. Her eyes were at the window, and I turned around and saw someone in a hoodie, and they took off.
Do not loop me into whatever weird kinky shit you've got going on right now.
Exactly.
Whatever like role playing thing you've got happening.
I am not a hired actor.
No.
Like, you're not paying. Like, this is so weird.
Is this an episode of Fear?
I know. I heard the steps running on her back deck. I immediately jumped up and ran out to make sure her doors were locked. And of course, the front door wasn't. I ran to it and locked it right when the door started banging.
No.
I went to open it because I was just going to fuck the dude up or try to. And she just told me to get back into bed with her.
Ma'am. No. What? No.
I screamed at her and asked if she was insane. She told me, oh, he does this and goes
he
away.
doesn't. No.
I asked her, so you know this is your ex? And she said, yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'm worried.
I'm worried
fully
on
worried.
multiple.
Trying to
I'm
open the
worried
door?
on multiple levels.
Like, I have So many
I'm worried about
questions.
you. I'm worried about me. I'm worried about the situation that I've found myself in.
You're not worried, but I'm worried.
I'm worried.
So
Yes.
I'm going to fucking bounce. You can be not worried here.
Alone.
I'm going to be not worried back at my house. And that's that. Zip, zap, zap, you know? At this point, he started banging on the side of the house on the other end, and she didn't seem at all scared.
Okay,
No.
then you can
Ma'am.
be here with him then.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm going to let him in. I'm going to go.
I'm going to go. You know, he can finish his cereal. Fucking liar.
What the fuck,
She
dude?
kept trying to get me to go back to her bed.
So fucking weird.
No,
I
this
didn't
is
want to call the cops because for all I know, this dude is a cop, or she'd
Right.
know the cops that showed up and they would take her side. I also couldn't just leave because my car was at the bar and I was starting to get terrified. At this point, I started calling her out for the door not being locked, the cereal,
Yep.
and I openly called her a liar.
Yeah.
She couldn't come up with any logical answers, and I had no idea
This
what I
girl
was
has
into.
relied on being hot
Yeah.
a lot in her
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's gotten her out of a lot of problems.
I shouldn't have done this, but my fight or flight was pretty much kicked in, and I told her, if this is a robbery or some sort of setup, I promise I will kill you both.
Damn.
Jesus, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'm not a hard ass or anything, but my fear told me to let her know that no matter what it
will
was,
kill you both.
they're going to have a fight on their
Jesus.
So intense.
hands. Like, this is a robbery. I'm going to kill you both.
Oh God.
That feels like one of those things that just comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I
When
mean?
you're scared.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're really and you know his voice was like shaky. This is a robbery.
I'm gonna
Kill you both.
I'm sorry. That's so horrible, but like, I'm
Oh my
crying.
God.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
it is something like you say something so out of pocket when you're scared.
And then the minute it comes out of your mouth, you're like,
Like, what the fuck did I just
You're
say?
thinking
Why
later.
did I say that?
My thoughts of what were going to happen to me were all over the place. I ordered an Uber off my phone and didn't tell her. I just kept arguing with her and asking what was going on, hoping to keep her talking and in the room. I stayed right next to the door so I could leave as soon as possible. Luckily, I'd never gotten my pants off and my jacket and shoes were right by the door, so I was able to get dressed. The Uber showed up, and without saying anything, I just opened her door and ran
Yep.
out as fast as I could.
Could you imagine you're the Uber driver and you're like, what the fuck?
What I
Why
get
is he
myself
running?
into?
I mean, listen.
Go.
It's fucking funny.
We talked
scary.
the last
It's very
episode
scary.
about it's just like, you know, honestly, if it was a girl, if it was switched,
It's genuinely terrifying.
It
It
is
is-
genuinely, he has every right to be like, what the fuck is going
Absolutely.
on? Totally. Am I in danger?
He handled this the right way.
Yes.
100%. Like calling the Uber, keeping her talking, running out the door.
Yes.
All things you should do.
Yeah. But
Jesus.
I look back at the door and she was just standing there. It's only been a little over a month, but I honestly have no idea what the fuck I was into. I don't believe the story of just a girl with a crazy ex based off the factors I told you. It feels like either a robbery or some weird fetishized cuck type
That's
thing.
what it feels like to me.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
option 2 is
Yeah.
what I think
Yeah.
it is.
Same.
I don't know. Definitely something I'm very mad at myself for. I mean, I'm a 9-year Navy vet and allowed myself to get into a situation like that.
Oh,
honey, it's not your
fault.
fault.
No.
We're just it's
you
not
didn't
your
know
fault.
what you were
didn't
going
know.
into with
Exactly.
that shit. Like, why would you have assumed that like
Exactly.
something like that would happen? That's a banana situation
is-
to be in.
An insane scenario. Like nobody. What the fuck?
That nobody would be prepared for that.
I just literally the way that it is written is so good too. I want to give this guy all his flowers, but like just cinematically in my head, I see him in this kitchen and just seeing the condensation on the cereal bowl.
Yes,
and his wheels
Cinematic,
turning.
it really is. Like, wow. I mean, truly, it's the way he wrote it that's funny. It's not the situation.
Yeah.
at all,
No,
because
it's
it would be
scary.
like a genuinely scary
If this is a
situation to be in.
robbery, I'm going to kill you both.
The cereal's creepy.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly. That to me, I was like,
I'm sorry, banging
started
on the
laughing.
fucking walls? That
Yes.
No.
No.
Get the fuck out.
And then running to lock the door just in time
No,
for them to.
so
Oh my
shit my
god.
pants.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have died of a heart attack of fear.
Start locking your doors.
I know. It's lock your
Truly.
doors. Literally.
Ugh.
Going to title the
We're
episode
not
that.
We're not an advice podcast, but on this one we
That's
all
pretty
stand.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solid advice.
On this one we all stand.
Yeah.
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 Oh my gosh. Well, you guys want to take 5 and then we'll come back with the Tainted Love?
Yeah.
Sounds good. And we're back.
Okay. So I was going to do a different story because I listened to the podcast Deadly Mirage, which is the thing I'll talk about at the end, which is like a Dateline podcast with Josh Mankiewicz.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love Mankiewicz.
And so I listened to that whole thing and I was not sure what I was going to do for a Tainted Love this week. So I was like, well, I listened to like all 6 episodes of that, so I can probably retell it. But then I couldn't like get into it when I sat down to write it. So I went looking elsewhere, and I want to give a big shout out. I've given a shout out to her before, but Danielle Christie on YouTube, she does like her makeup and talks about true crime cases. And so sometimes if I'm feeling stumped, I'll go see what some cases she's covered. So that's where I heard about this one, because I had not heard about this case before.
Okay.
And it is, I literally wrote at the top, this case is bananas, BANANAS.
Wow.
Right at the top. So,
All right.
Okay.
Strapping in.
Strap it. Nathaniel Huey Jr. was born in 1993, just outside of Chicago. And as he grew into adulthood, he had some trouble with the law. He racked up some battery charges, some aggravated DUI charges, and he had a obsession with guns.
What is aggravated
DUI? I don't know. Like,
does
you
that mean you're
resisted
just mad
something?
and drunk?
Mad and drunk.
Angry, swerving all over the road. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
guessing
look it
maybe
up
it's
or
like you got
something.
combative or something.
Maybe. Yeah.
But he had an obsession with guns. He's one of those people who like took pictures with all of his guns, posted them all over social media, that type of guy. And eventually, for reasons that are unclear, he did eventually receive a court order that banned him from possessing a firearm. However, he completely ignored this order.
Right.
And nobody seemed to check in on it again. They were just like, hey, you're not allowed to do that. And then nobody ever checked in on it again.
Right.
Because a few years later, he started his own private security company called Black Bear Security, where he would hire himself out as private armed security for those willing to pay for it. And if you're thinking, I feel like there should be more restrictions in place to start your own security company, I thought the same thing. This was not done lawfully. He basically just got a bulletproof vest that said security on it.
Okay. Which
loaded
you
up,
probably purchase
anywhere. You know, there's a spyware
Do you
shop
have
just
to
across
get
the street.
like a license to start? Like, I know you have to
I
get a
would think
license
you-
to be a PI.
I would think you would, because
Right.
you are like going into homes
Carrying
or
a
businesses.
gun.
Yeah.
So he just, got that security bulletproof vest, loaded up with weapons, created a website, took a lot of selfies, a lot of upward angle, MySpace
Have
angle
a
selfies.
Squarespace account.
Yeah.
You know?
And he posted a lot on his Facebook business page. And he was, he's in business, baby.
There you go.
By the time Nathaniel was 27, he had been in a relationship for 5 years with a woman named Ermalinda Palomo. And Ermalinda, who goes by Linda, is 20 years Nathaniel's senior, meaning that when they started dating, he was 22 and she was 42. And she had 5 kids and 5 grandchildren by the time she was 47. at which
Wow.
time her and Nathaniel got engaged.
Okay.
That is
So,
manner.
Okay.
yes, MILF Manor. She's 47, he's 27. She's got 5 kids and 5 grandkids.
I think I do know this case.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow, I'd never heard of it. Okay. So Nathaniel moves into Linda's home along with some of her children and grandchildren. And at least a few of Linda's children are like, Nathaniel is kind of a weirdo. He's angry. He's violent. He's just like not good for our mother.
Yeah.
So by the time Nathaniel is 28, he has been with Linda for 6 years. And it's around this time that Linda discovers that Nathaniel has been having multiple affairs. So he's been running around all over town, apparently. And
I mean, you
upset-
don't say. He's like 27.
He's 20, yeah, 28.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point,
I mean,
yeah.
like-
Still.
I mean, yeah, not that
I mean, don't do that.
qualifies.
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
I bet there were signs.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Before
I'm saying.
this.
Yeah.
Upset and heartbroken,
Yeah.
what's Linda to do? Confront Nathaniel, maybe? Break off their engagement, maybe? No. She decides that she's going to take revenge on Nathaniel. She decides to create an elaborate catfishing scheme to punish him.
Jesus.
Who has the time?
Honestly,
Truly. Like, bitch, you have grandkids.
Yeah.
to take it.
spend
Like,
time
what
with
are you doing?
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah. Just get rid of it. Like, you
Like,
know what I mean?
truly.
That's vengeful. That's
Yeah.
somebody that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
So in the beginning of December 2021, Linda sits down at her computer and she creates a bunch of fake social media profiles. So she gathers images from across the internet. She creates a bunch of different personalities and accounts on services like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook.
I can't even be bothered to keep
No.
up
My
on my
own.
own.
I know.
I swear to you, same.
Truly. I've been meaning to clean up my Instagram for like a year.
Can't be
and just
bothered.
have not
Cannot.
done
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So her main motivation in this catfish scheme was to prevent Nathaniel from cheating on her in the future. So like that's the main motivation. It's not even, it's revenge, but it's also just
it's
like
also-
trying to hold on to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh, honey.
So along with these fake accounts, which she planned on using to catfish and manipulate him, she also began Googling things like how to track my boyfriend. Is there an app to track my husband without him knowing, etc.
Jeez.
She also Googled information about the dark web and how to use it safely, and then accessed the dark web to download spyware on Nathaniel's devices.
I don't know how you get on the dark web.
either.
I don't.
I don't need
And
to
I'm
know.
fine.
I
I'm
don't
fine.
need to know. There's no
I'm
reason
good.
for me to be
Yeah.
on there.
No.
I,
It's like,
my anxiety is such that if I ever did go on there, I would probably have a panic attack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm sorry. Like, deleting it.
I didn't mean to.
It was a mistake. I'm so sorry. How did I get here?
So once she's set all of this up, she feels like she's ready to make contact with Nathaniel through one of these fake accounts. So one of the personas she's using is that of a Bulgarian woman in her 40s. So she contacts Nathaniel. She just starts by saying hi. And Nathaniel's thirsty ass replies right away. And things get flirty quickly.
Ugh.
And it doesn't take long, but it doesn't take long for the woman to start saying to Nathaniel that her husband is part of the Bulgarian mafia and that the Bulgarian mafia has had an eye on Nathaniel for quite a long time.
Oh my God.
And that he's in danger and needs to do exactly as they say.
Oh,
You have to stay with your wife
yeah.
forever.
So
We're watching you. If you don't eat her out tonight, you're gonna die. What? That's really specific.
So he's confused, obviously. He asks if this woman is blackmailing him, to which she says yes, obviously. And to prove that she's serious, she sends Nathaniel his exact location at that exact moment. So he's totally freaked out and only becomes more freaked when the woman sends over details of a private message that he had recently had and tells him that she is an advanced hacker who can access literally any information or details about his life.
You know what you should do to somebody that likes guns a lot, make them super paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah.
great.
It's a great
Yeah.
recipe.
Very
Yeah.
safe.
So he believes her and he agrees to do whatever she asks. So the woman starts introducing Nathaniel to a web of characters, all, of course, created by Linda, who's just kicking it in the next room. Like she's just one room over, doop, 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 typing away at the computer.
I made some lunch. You want a sandwich for lunch, honey?
He's like, just shutting his laptop really fast.
Oh, God.
The next person to contact Nathaniel is a hitman named Turtle,
Yep.
Ay,
Yep.
vey.
followed by a woman named Ignis, whose husband was a member of a Mexican cartel. Then there was Lisa, Claudia, Petov, Edgar, Skrilla, and Fernando. And all of them played
She should
different roles.
fucking write a book.
Right.
That's what I
Right.
thought when I
Yeah.
learned this out. I'm like,
The world building that's happening here.
I know. You
Truly. So much more with your life.
Self-publishing
God.
being what it is these
Just
days.
to keep this
Yeah.
mediocre man for
I know.
real.
God
Truly.
bless.
You could have gotten
Jesus.
fucking paid.
So they all played different roles in this like underground life.
I gotta
so
see
some
the
of
picture
them
of Skrilla.
Skrilla, Turtle. Some were
Sounds
crime
like-
bosses.
What's that? What's the show? with-
Entourage.
Thank
It's-
you.
it is. She's like, just got done watching Entourage. She's like, I'll create my own.
Yeah.
So some of these people were crime bosses, murderers, hackers, or debt collectors. And somehow they all knew each other, like Bulgarian mafia and the Mexican cartel.
Yep.
They all knew each other. And
It's a group chat.
for whatever reason, gave a shit about whatever Nathaniel was up to. Like,
It's a group chat.
imagine, like,
It's a group chat. It's
narcissism.
Called We Hate Mondays.
Oh my God.
The narcissism to think that
That all-
these people give a shit about you is
Truly.
insane.
It's honestly the best play to a narcissist, though. Truly.
Yeah. They would think they're this important.
Yes.
Wow.
So they did explain to him that the Bulgarian mafia and the Mexican cartel were joining forces on a big, elaborate crime plot. So this is
And
a
we're
full-
telling you all about it.
right. We're letting you in, random person from America.
Yep.
So this was a full-time job for Linda. She spent
Right.
tons of time on the dark web researching how crime operations worked, the different roles that existed within the mafia,
Again,
as well
write
as
a book.
Right, as well as using a Bulgarian dictionary to make herself appear more legitimate when she spoke to Nathaniel.
Truly. Literally.
She's got skills I don't have.
Write a fucking
Right.
book.
Yeah. In between threatening Nathaniel and asking him to do their bidding, they also just shot the shit with him, just chatted. They would vent to him about their taxing days working to smuggle drugs into the U.S. or having to torture and murder people. Nathaniel, I had a really hard
God.
day today.
Jeez, let me tell you, about
wouldn't
my day.
believe.
What the fuck is...
As time went on.
Literally, this would only work on a narcissist.
Yeah.
I know.
This is
I
the
just
same-
like...
And a dumb one too. Like a dumb
definitely-
narcissist.
Really
it
dumb.
definitely is the same. It's giving the same energy as my boyfriend is Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
You
babe.
have to be the biggest narcissist to be like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and it just makes you,
Sorry.
I think, like blind to details. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That
Yeah. If you
everybody
stop
else
for
can
1 second.
clearly see.
Yes. Yeah. If you stopped for 1 second, you'd be like,
Wait a second.
hold on.
Yeah.
Why is Brad Pitt's mom reaching out to me?
Yeah.
and
That's
trying
weird.
to set me up. That's weird.
Does this look like a picture from Fight Club that's been superimposed?
Why is the Bulgarian mafia interested in me?
Yeah.
What did I
These
do?
are all questions. These are
Yeah,
all.
you
My,
should be
my
asking.
self-esteem is
should.
nowhere near high enough
No.
to think that
You couldn't pull this
any
on
of these
me.
people would give a shit about me.
No.
At all. Not to mention he's in Chicago. You know,
Yeah.
it's not even like you're not bordering Mexico. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway. As time went on, Linda's personas became more and more elaborate. They were all intertwined and linked to one another and had a unique role and backstory. It's as impressive as it is sadistic, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Truly.
And through this catfishing scheme, Linda began to control aspects of Nathaniel's life. Through these characters, she started giving Nathaniel tasks to carry out, many of them
You
suspiciously.
better go get your groceries for the house.
Better do the fucking dishes.
We need a pound of ground beef.
Yeah. So
Deliver
they were
it to your own address.
Many of them were suspiciously convenient for Linda, like the Mexican cartel instructed Nathaniel that he was not to speak to any other woman except his wife. The two would often refer to each other as husband and wife, even though they weren't married. However, despite being terrified of these organizations and following through on many of the other tasks they set in place for him, Nathaniel was
Just
apparently
couldn't be stopped, man.
incapable of stopping his affairs. He's like, I'll do many things, but I won't do that.
I
You know
won't
what I mean?
do that.
Mexican cartel be damned.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still need to get me some strange.
Yeah. I need to get my
Jesus
dick
Christ.
wet. I hated that I said that. That felt gross.
I don't like it either. I gotta be honest.
Sorry.
That really grossed me
So
out.
sorry. I'm so sorry. By May of 2023, Nathaniel had been in contact with these organizations for over a year. And that's when he starts a new job. And it's at this new job that he meets a 32-year-old woman named Zoraida. So despite the fact that Zoraida is married with 2 children, the two soon begin an affair. So Zoraida and her husband Alberto had been married for 10 years, and he was described as a very active and engaged father to their 2 boys, Adriel and Diego. But things between Zoraida and Alberto had clearly not been perfect. Before her relationship with Nathaniel, Zoraida had had 2 previous affairs with other men at her job. Oof. Alberto was aware of these affairs.
Shit where you eat.
But decided to, yeah, right. It's very messy. But Alberto decided to stay in the relationship because he stated to friends that the most important thing in his life was his children, and he wanted to keep his family together. So he kind of just looked the other way whenever she started fucking around. He kind of knew that she was going to do it and just looked the other way. So despite the fact that she had done this before, this affair with Nathaniel seemed different for Zoraida. She began telling her girlfriends that she felt like Nathaniel was her soulmate.
That guy?
Right, that guy, right? And he's writing her love letters and leaving messages on Post-it notes for her at work, telling her how much he loves her. Now, like I said, Linda's obsession with the stalking and monitoring of Nathaniel is basically a full-time job. So it does not take long. She's got spyware on his shit. It does not take long for her to discover he's having another affair. So she's reading all these messages between the 2 of them and getting enraged. So again, instead of confronting her fiance or leaving the relationship, she resolves to make Nathaniel's life a living hell. She goes into overdrive, bombarding Nathaniel with messages every day from all of these characters telling him that they know about his affair and that he needs to end it immediately or face the consequences.
Why would
the
they
consequences?
fucking care
No one.
Why does the Bulgarian mafia care
about your relationship?
What is happening?
They told him that he needed to stop talking to all other women and treat his wife better and, quote, have sex with your wife more, as well as saying, if you can not be intimate with Linda, sadness will consume her. You need to make her climax.
Oh my God. Oh,
What the fuck?
my God.
Do you know who I really need Case File
Yeah.
to fucking
yes.
do this.
His voice saying
his
that.
voice saying that, I will die. I would wreck the car.
Sadness will consume her.
You need to make her climax.
Oh my God.
But none of this seems to work. Though Nathaniel seems to believe that he's working for these people, he does not end the affair. So Linda goes to plan B and she begins catfishing Zoraida. So she starts messaging Zoraida, pretending to be someone from the mafia. Now, this mafia person is like, listen up. I've got pics of you and Nathaniel, and if you want to keep them secret from your husband, you need to stop caring. You need to stop seeing him. I almost said caring because I wrote underneath that, why would a mafia person care about this?
Yeah,
Exactly.
truly.
No one cares.
So Zoraida is like, who is this? At which point Linda goes into a whole spiel about how she's in the mafia, and if she doesn't stop seeing Nathaniel, the mafia will go after Zoraida's kids.
Ooh.
Zoraida, of course, is like, leave my kids out of this. And also she knows that her husband isn't really going to give a shit if he finds out about her affair. So then Linda goes on to threaten Zoraida's husband, Alberto. She goes to Alberto and tells him that his wife is having an affair with a dangerous mafia member and that things are going to get messy. Your
This
wife
mafia is like a book club more than
right,
anything.
right.
The mafia is like, oh my God, girl, dump him.
Dump his ass. He's not worth it.
Stop cheating.
But
You better make your wife orgasm or else.
or else. Or face the consequences.
Oh my God.
But you know, it is scary because they say this mafia member tells Alberto, things are going to get messy. Your wife is putting your children in harm's way. Mm-hmm. So Alberto is confused, but Linda doesn't let up. She just keeps saying that this man is super dangerous, and if the affair doesn't stop, he is going to hurt their children. So she tries telling him that she's tried talking to Zoraida and she won't listen, and then says that his wife is I'm so sorry. His wife is a slut who is going to get her ass whooped. Because that's the way the mafia
talks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm not going to lie. It's not like I'm super aware. Maybe they do.
Maybe what if they
it
all sound
definitely
like
sounds
teenage
like-
girls?
It definitely sounds more like the mafia book club than the actual mafia.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Linda is out of her fucking mind though at this point because she is threatening these kids. These kids are 10 and 7.
I think too, though, there's a little bit of committing to the bit too much.
Yeah.
That like it is very possible that she lost a lot of her own sanity in participating.
Oh, for sure.
in
Oh,
this,
I'm sure. Yeah.
you know.
Meanwhile, Nathaniel and Zoraida are carrying on with their affair, and during all of the threats they're receiving, Zoraida leaves a post-it note for Nathaniel that reads, quote, "I don't know how to be without you. I don't want anything bad to happen to my family, but you're my happiness."
Ugh, that guy.
Bitch. And also, like, your family's got to be priority.
Yeah.
Sorry, you have kids.
Yeah.
And they were still texting and exchanging I love yous throughout all of this. They even discussed finding a place to move in together. And of course, Linda is reading everything that's coming in.
Oh man, and just making her more and more
Right. Unhinged.
Yeah.
Spiral. Yeah.
So she starts increasing the death threats. She even creates a group chat between the mafia members, Nathaniel, Zoraida, and Zoraida's husband, Alberto. She creates she's like, you know what? This is too much work to be going back and forth between all y'all.
Let's get all of us
Send the
gathered
same
here.
message in one
Players need
place.
to be in here.
Yeah. So she's sending death threat after death threat and saying that if this affair didn't end, Zoraida and Alberto's family would be murdered.
And nobody
Nobody is
picking
up on
thinking
this.
that it's Linda.
Right.
Like
Right. Exactly.
that's what I don't get, because it's like, okay, she fooled
She's the only one who
Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, she fooled Zoraida too and Alberto.
Yeah,
I'm like,
truly.
truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Linda also begins messages to Zoraida and Alberto via mail at this point.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
Physical fucking mail.
Snail
We're
mail.
getting the postal service involved.
Well, then the FBI is going to get involved.
Yeah.
'Cause
Federal.
Federal.
But she's threatening the couple's sons. And these kids are so cute. By the way, Christina, I thought about you because the younger one has glasses.
Oh,
And I know you love a kid in glasses.
my God, babies with
cute.
glasses. The hierarchy: babies with glasses, then Peabody, the house horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So at this point, Alberto is sufficiently freaked out. He's worried about his kids. So he writes a letter to Nathaniel, pleading with him to end the relationship. And in the letter, Alberto tells Nathaniel that this isn't Zoraida's first affair and that she's not going to leave her family. Like,
Right.
He's like, I know she has affairs. Our priority is keeping the family together. So whatever she's telling you, like,
It
not gonna
ain't
happen.
going to go anywhere. Yeah.
After this, it appears that Nathaniel has a breakdown. He becomes increasingly paranoid, constantly worried that people are following or monitoring him because they are.
Because they
Yeah.
are. Exactly.
He puts electrical tape over his Ring doorbell and the red light on his TV. Not sure what that's supposed to do. The red light doesn't do anything except for tell you the TV's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's just, hey, I'm on.
Yeah. He also starts increasing his cocaine use at this time.
Oh,
now,
perfect.
I've never done
paranoia
cocaine.
and cocaine.
Right. But I have a sneaking suspicion.
And guns.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew,
Yeah.
pew,
Yeah.
pew.
I don't think cocaine helps with paranoia.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sure don't.
Then so
It's
we've
just
been having a lot
paranoia,
of fun.
but talk
Yeah.
faster.
And the fun's over.
The fun
now.
is over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. Because this is when things start to get bad. On September 13th, 2023, Nathaniel receives a message from the mafia that there is a spy in his life. It's someone close to him who has been feeding information to the mafia this entire time. And this has been going on for about 2 years at this point. The mafia then reveals that the person who's been spying on him and reporting on him is Zoraida. So they're telling him like she was never really in love with him, that she's been a plant to track his whereabouts and report to the mafia this whole time, and that her new mission that she's been assigned to carry out is to murder Nathaniel. So he's super paranoid. He's doing a ton of cocaine. And they've now told him that Zoraida's been spying on him, doesn't love him, and is going to murder him. So he buys this information. So when the mafia tells him that the only way to get out of this alive is to kill Zoraida and her entire family, he believes them.
Mm.
So over the next few days after he receives these messages, he calls in sick to work. He completely cuts off communication with Zoraida, and he spends all of his time communicating with this mafia contact. It's Turtle, the mafia contact, and planning how to murder Zoraida and her entire family.
Now, see, listen, yeah, she's so
Jesus.
responsible for this.
Yeah.
She's so responsible for this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because Linda is, obviously is who he's talking to.
Yeah.
And
Jesus.
so her and Nathaniel start doing research on Zoraida's home. They find the layout. They plan the best way to enter the house. They even look at where cameras are located throughout the neighborhood in order to avoid any CCTV. They discussed who would be home at the time of the attack: Zoraida, Alberto, their 2 sons, and the couple's 3 dogs. This mafia person told Nathaniel to do as much damage to the home as possible to make it look like a burglary and not to worry about being caught because the mafia would protect him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He then goes shopping for the equipment he will need to carry out the murders, and Linda comes along for the ride. Apparently not suspicious when he's not suspicious when she doesn't ask any questions about what he's buying.
Yeah. That's
right. He then puts a kit together that include his security bulletproof vest, several guns, ammo, a knife, a flashlight, gloves, zip ties, binoculars, and other items. So during all of this, Zoraida never stopped messaging Nathaniel. She doesn't know what's happened. She's confused. He cut off contact with her. So she's still texting him, professing her love, as he is planning to kill her entire family. Around 3 a.m. on September 17th, 2023, Nathaniel arrives outside Zoraida's home in the passenger seat because Linda is driving the car.
The amount of disconnect from people, not thinking that, why would she drive?
Does he just think she's really fucking stupid?
Yeah, it's just so weird to me.
So she apparently doesn't know about any of this. Is the they've never apparently had a conversation about anything. But she drives to the home and sits with him for 40 minutes outside the house before he goes in. So at 3:40, he goes in through the rear door. He smashes a window to make it look like a break-in. And this wakes up Alberto. And when Alberto goes to investigate, Nathaniel shoots at him, but misses. And Alberto runs toward the bedroom where his wife, his kids were having trouble sleeping. So they're sleeping in bed with Zoraida. So he runs towards the bedroom, but Nathaniel catches up in the hallway and sadly shoots him and kills him. This is really awful what's about to happen next. So content warning for everything that's about to happen next. He then proceeds to Zoraida's bedroom, and as he does, he shoots and kills one of the family dogs as it tries to pursue him. He then attempts to enter the bedroom, but is unable to because it's locked. So he then tries to kick the door down, but Zoraida is on the other side of the door, pressing her body up against the door, preventing him from kicking it in. So he then shoots the lock off the door before shooting several rounds through the door, shooting and killing Zoraida. Oh. Once inside the bedroom, he approached the bed where the two little boys were, and I can't even begin to imagine how scared they were, and he shoots and kills them as well. Oh, so Nathaniel then goes back to the living room, knocks over furniture in an attempt to make it look like a break-in. He finds the two remaining family dogs, shoots and kills them both. He then leaves the house, gets back into the passenger seat, and Linda drives them away.
Monsters.
Yes, monsters. The following day, the bodies were found at the house and a murder investigation was immediately opened. Meanwhile, Nathaniel is continuing to talk to the mafia, who is debriefing him on his mission, telling him how to destroy evidence and what to say if police came talking. So Linda is just...
It's diabolical, dude.
It's diabolical. Like, both of them evil.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
As the police are investigating, Nathaniel instantly becomes a suspect as soon as they learn of their affair. And you can see body camera footage of this when they go to talk to him. God, this fucking guy. But he admits to the affair right away, but says that his fiance has no knowledge of the affair. And eventually he tells police all about this Bulgarian woman and the mafia that's been harassing him. And says,
they're like, what?
Mm-hmm. And he's like, it must have been one of them because they've been harassing all of us. So they think he sounds bonkers, but they don't have enough evidence to arrest him. So they go talk to Linda, and there's body camera footage of this. And at this point, officers have gotten a hold of the messages between the mafia and Cartel and Nathaniel. And when they ask Linda if the messages would come back to her, she says no. So the day after this, Nathaniel is becoming increasingly agitated and paranoid. He thinks he's going to be arrested. So he and Linda visit an attorney before he goes to a Target parking lot where he meets his mother and confesses everything. He tells her that he's really sorry and now he needs to go on the run. So he and Linda go on the run. And when police hear about this, they still think that Linda is an innocent, doesn't have any knowledge of anything.
Right.
So they're scared that Nathaniel's going to do something to her.
Yeah.
So they're urgently trying to find them, and they soon track them down to a Walmart parking lot. And Nathaniel and Linda get into his car, and the police pursue, and a car chase ensues. Not long into the chase, Nathaniel rams into another car before crashing into the central barrier. And after this, the car goes up in flames.
Jesus.
When authorities try to pull the couple out of the burning car, they find that both of them are already dead from gunshot wounds. So during the chase, Nathaniel turned the gun on Linda, shooting her in the head before shooting and killing himself. And that's what made the car, kind of lose control.
Yeah.
Initially, the media and Linda's family painted her as an innocent victim, but as time went on, it was discovered that Linda was the mastermind behind the murders of Zoraida and her family. So it's unclear if Nathaniel ever knew about Linda's involvement.
Right.
I don't see how you couldn't,
No.
but he, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. No, that story is so
Jesus.
bonkers.
Yeah.
And it's just like the idea of putting in that much effort to try to control,
To hold
your
on
man,
to someone who doesn't want to be with you anyway.
It
doesn't want to give you what you
sick.
need.
Yeah, it's a sickness, because that is like you said, it's like it was a full-time job what she was doing to control this person. Wow.
Yeah.
That is like a level of obsessive, controlling, just like, I don't even know what that would be. You know,
manipulation.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Something's not Right. Something needs to be filled in you.
That's somebody who does not want to be alone. Her kids don't live with her any longer. They're grown up.
Well,
she
some of
now has
them did.
grandkids. But like at this point, when this starts happening, I don't think her kids were at home, were they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of them were. Some of the kids and some of the grandkids lived in the house with Nathaniel and her. And I'm just like, girl, like, decenter this man
Truly
in your life. Get a hobby, dump him, fucking go make some girlfriends, like write a book,
really
anything, you know. But there's also someone who could do that and go through with it, drive him there, debrief him afterwards, all of that stuff.
Yeah, he slaughtered an entire family,
and that was okay with you.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that is
heartbreaking.
That case is. Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Horrible.
But yeah, if you ever find yourself like making characters on social media to try and trick or trap your partner
for
anything else,
for
good
anyone.
God. Yeah.
Truly.
Pick up some crocheting or something. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you one thing, and I do believe this about myself. I don't think I would ever put myself in a situation. If you don't want me, then fucking go.
Yeah.
And I'll find somebody who does. Like, why would I want to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't want me or doesn't want me to put me or like doesn't want me enough to not fuck around on me? Like, why?
I know it hurts, but God, man,
but it hurts anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it still hurts. Yeah. You're reading that couldn't feel good. You're reading all the messages between him and another woman. You're hurting anyway.
Yep.
So it's just like, for what reason would you put yourself through that? Ridiculous.
Wow.
And tragic, and those sweet boys and Alberto, and just
what
and Totally didn't deserve that either. None of them deserved that.
No. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Devastating.
Thank you for sharing that one. What are you guys watching this week?
I have been watching, or I watched. So there was a show out, I think it's Spanish, that was called Mi Culpa, like My Fault. That was out, and they did My Fault London, which is based off of the same, I think, series, but it's based in London, and I actually liked it. I liked the original
Netflix?
Quite a bit as well. No, it's on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I started watching Mayor of Easttown, which I had never watched before.
I loved it.
No.
Oh my God,
I'm loving it.
Good.
How good is Evan Peters too?
Oh, I know. Yeah, and I love Jean Smart too.
Yeah,
I love Jean Smart.
The whole cast is great.
Kate Winslet's good. Guy Pearce.
Yeah,
he's really good. Like
Haley Spaney, Hometown Girl.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. No, it's really good. I don't know why I slept on it when it came out, or there was a whole bunch of other stuff, and then Eric had it on. Like he was watching it like one night, and it was like episode 3 he was on. And I was like, first of all, how dare you?
First of all, you didn't consult me.
You didn't consult me. I was like, I actually really like it. He's like, oh, great. Let's start it over. So yeah, we're about halfway through.
Yeah,
it's good.
I was bummed that there wasn't a second season of that.
I think it was. I don't think there was supposed.
Yeah, it was a limited series, but
limited series.
You could have done. You could have.
I mean, you could. Yeah.
But Kate Winslet's like, my availability is such that no.
Yeah.
I'm not really watching anything else right now except for rewatching Severance, rewatching Vampire Diaries. I'm almost done. Mm-hmm. I did listen to that Dateline podcast though, and I like it when they do that. When they kind of like
do a deep dive.
Make that money, Dateline. They're just like zooming in, making a whole podcast series on one case. But this one I thought was interesting. I thought you might find it interesting, Christina, because it's like Bakersfield adjacent.
Yeah.
Oh.
I knew the story for sure.
It's cringe.
Yeah, it's wild.
It is cringy.
Yeah, will you send it to me?
Yeah.
I'll give it a listen on my way back home today.
It's a love triangle situation. Dateline murder, Josh Mankiewicz. But I thought like I just needed something on that was like, I don't know. I didn't need something like funny or yappy, or I just like just the facts, ma'am. Just Josh Mankiewicz telling me a Dateline story for 6 episodes.
Oh, and I love Mankiewicz.
He's my favorite, I think. And I know that everybody loves Keith, but
I think I'm a Mankiewicz stan as well. He is my favorite as well. And I do love Keith Morrison, but to your point, he can be a little. He can get a little dramatic. He can be doing too much sometimes. Yeah,
he can sometimes be doing too much. But I mean, I love it, and I think kudos to the Dateline producers because I do think they do a good job
picking the right stories,
assigning, the hosts to particular stories.
They're like, this is an Andrea Canning one,
exactly.
Yes. Exactly.
This needs her touch, but definitely, Mankiewicz is the fave, Well, if you have something that we should listen to or watch, or you have a terrible date story, if the cereal bowl has condensation on it, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com, and we love you so much.
Cheers.